Hey, what's up, peoples? Let me ask you something right quick. Oh, shit. Let me ask you something. Um, what is it? What do it mean to shit? What do it mean to be? What do it mean to be a leader? Or what level of leader, or what level, or what degree of leadership do one aspire to become? I know that you start all this understanding from your home. You see, be a leader of your own house first. I guess that's where the understanding come from. You see, I'm trying to figure out. So you start with yourself. So you have to be a leader of your own mind. You have to be the governor of your own mind. You have to be the owner of your own mind. You start there first, and then you go into your, your business, or your livelihood, all the things you need, your necessities, your home, inside of your home. You see, be a leader there first. Being the owner of your home, being the owner of the land, and then you get outside of that. You own your own business. You be the leader of many, or the supervisor, or the owner, however it may be. I'm trying to build this thing, man. I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see, when people say leaders, what do they mean, leaders? What do the people mean by leaders? Because if I just open that book up, if I open the book up and then I go into a broad space, the leaders that we see down below are micro. They're micro. Well, you have the micros, then you have the macro leaders. You see, I'm trying to listen. I'm just trying to figure out, like, how do all these things work? Because you have leaders on the micro and the macro levels, and you have leaders that's above them at supreme heights, and they own the land. They cut down the trees so you can have the wood to build your home. They have the companies for the metals, and all these type things for your plumbing. They have the concrete companies for the concrete up for your driveway. You see, you go to them. You go to them to build your own, or you just live inside of a creator's imagination. And on that micro level, you have people that's lower than you. But since you are above them, you can put them down, or you can refrain yourself from being around them because they're probably negative, or they're probably low class. Or they're peasants or something. I'm trying to figure out this leader thing, what people be talking about leaders, because the micros and some of the macros, they lift their nose up. They don't want to be around people who's lower than them. And those that's above them don't want to be around them. You see, because they are lower than those that's above them or who's giving them the money to lift their nose up in the air at the lesser micros. You see, or those that's lesser than the micros, the particles, or the peasants. You see, what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to understand, I'm trying to understand the mind. You know, I'm trying to figure out if those who own the land that you pay for in taxes, you know, those who own the land, do they have a brain similar to your hemispheres, or is it different than your hemispheres? What is it? What is the thing that's making them greater than you? I'm trying to understand this. I'm trying to understand where the leaders are. What do you mean when you talk about leaders? What do leaders do when you up under somebody who lead you? I'm trying to understand this. I'm trying to figure out, because I need to come out into the world. I'm trying to figure out how these things work. You see, I'm trying to figure it out. You see, but sometimes when people have 10 times more than you down below, you see, they don't want to listen to no one like me. You see, they like to brainstorm. They like to think, what I'm saying? It's trying to build his way up mentally before he do things physically. You see, I'm trying to figure these things out before I move. You see, because I don't want to be, I don't want to be up there where you at and look at people under me, you see, and treat them foul and disrespect them and talk horrible about them. You see, but I'm up under someone, you see, who's closer or oiled, you see, to whom we would call Christ. You see, I'm trying to figure it out because because they say that you are allowed to do these things. You're allowed to build on this property long as you pay them. You see, those people, I'm talking about those people who got that type of power. You see, I'm talking about those people. How did they get the power? Where did they come from? How is it that they still have the power? You see, where are their minds similar to your minds? You see, do they have, I'm listen to what I'm trying to say to you. I'm trying to just help me to understand these bodies. You see, I'm trying to figure this out. If you would allow me to, you see, I'm trying to figure this. I'm trying to figure out who are these giants or who are these people that got more than you. You see, that's above you. You see, you have to go through all these weeds to talk to your God. You see, and make sure you in a position to have peace and tranquility and all these other things. You see, positivity, all these other, so you praying to your God so you can have peace, so you can have abundance and all these things. You see, but those that's over you pray to a God who said, the hell with their left side, their left hemisphere and their right hemisphere. Let's go grab this land right here. You see, they ain't doing nothing with it but eating vegetables and fruits. Let's get this shit. You see, how did they do that? How did they go and do that? Did they have a feeling about it? Is there a such thing of empathy or humanity? How did they do it? You see, how did they come into this great power? You see, that's what I'm trying to figure out. How did they come into this great power? You see, why is it that we can't understand these bodies? Why is it that we walk around with our nose up at people? You see, and then there are people that's higher than us, and they don't even know you exist. They're so powerful. They have so much money and things out here and substance and all these other type things. You see, I heard somebody that's lower than them, about 100 times lower than them. They were talking about somebody listen. To those people who write their names on your check, you're called a peasant to them. or a slave. You know what I'm saying? You're a peasant. You see? But you're making way more money than those that's up under you. But you stick your nose up at these beings that's lower than you, not realizing that you have somebody higher than you 10 times, maybe 100 times higher than you. I'm trying to figure out, how does that work? Are you seeing yourself, but at the same time, you saying that God blessed you? Well, who blessed the one that's signing your check? Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, well, who's blessing and who's blessing the one who print the money? You know what I'm saying? You help me to understand these bodies. That's all I'm trying to say to you. You see, because listen, like I said, I'm trying to come out into the world. I'm trying to, I gotta have a foundation. I gotta know where I'm going. You see, but I can't be around people that saying they got their nose stuck up all up in the air from those that's lower than them, maybe 10 times to 20 times to 30 times lower than them. Because I know that that's where the minds are. They're closer to the goddamn root. So how could I stick my nose up and call them all type of horrible names in the name of Jesus? You know what I'm saying? Calling them bums, calling them dirty, calling them all these type things. You see, and you got money to come out here into community to make things better so you won't have to use these words. You see what I'm saying? You're the bum for real. You see, this is what I'm trying to say. You're the bum. You're the dirty one. You're the peasant. You see, I'm trying to figure this out. Help me to understand this, because I think it's gonna be something that I'm gonna move in. Yeah.